Where the Gator Bowl once stood, now stands this facility. TIAA Bank Field. As EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Jacksonville, Florida. Today, our draw features two from the AFC between the Las Vegas Raiders and the Jacksonville Jaguars. On one sideline, we've got a look at the head coach of the visiting Raiders. These guys playing one of those dreaded body clock games, making the long trip to the East Coast. Running the show across the field, the head coach of the Jaguars. His guys with the crowd at their backs, and things only going to get louder once this game begins. Kate Scott, Brock Heward with you in the booth today. It's going to be Daniel Carlson who gets us started. And we're underway here in Jacksonville. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line. So here are the Jaguars taking over for the first time on offense. And we'll get a look at the guy calling the shots, their fifth-year quarterback.
He's definitely one of the stars in this league, a true franchise quarterback. And when you're at this level, Kate, you want to put your imprints on this game right from the jump.
All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10.
Let's go.
Here's the first carry for the rookie out of Notre Dame. And he is stopped as he reaches that 46-yard line. A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains.
When you script that first 15, Kate, and that first play is a run play, you can't do it better than that.
Great start to this drive. They're up in the neighborhood of midfield after just one play.
19, Tiger, 19.
They'll throw here on first. He's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When you saw the field, it's going to be second down.
Once that quarterback broke the pocket, kind of turns into like a zone read option a little bit, Kate. You got a couple choices. Keep it yourself or try to force the throw. There was nowhere to go. He really should have used his legs.
And they've got to him just a step or two before he can reach the 40 as he's sent out. It's a gain of 12 on that one. And the Jaguars have a first down.
That's just not the guy defensively you ever want in the open field. Frankly, with the amount of space he had at one point, they're lucky to have limited to the gain they did.
Going to the ground again on first. This doesn't get much beyond the line, a yard at most. It was Darian Porter in on a stop. Now we'll take a moment to check out his numbers on the ground from a week ago. Need a better result than that last run. It's 2nd and 8. A handoff for Williams, running left. And he takes it inside the 35 before heading out. Call it a gain of 6, and they need only 2 now on third down.
Really good patience right there. It's hard to do for runners in this league because these holes close up so fast. But he was patient, he was explosive, and he got a nice little gain on the ground.
Throwing now on 3rd and 2. Has it downfield, working the left. And they can't bring him down until he gets into that red zone at the 19. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
Well, we have seen the value of a big physical tight end. Just like that. Those post routes downfield so hard to defend. The great tight ends, the physical tight ends, it's almost as if they're posting up on the low block in basketball, and you can't get around them.
19 tight, 19 tight.
From the red zone now. He finds Brown right side. And he's got right inside the 15 before going out.
A whole bunch of credit goes to just about everybody on that offense. Guys up front needed to give the QB enough time to let that play develop. Excellent effort by that receiver to stay alive and for the quarterback to scan the field and find his completion.
And he takes this one down to the 10 before hitting that sideline. Give him 4 yards there, and they only need 1 more now on 3rd down. Offense headed to the line, just need to punch it forward a yard to reset the downs. It's Pacheco on 3rd. And this defense is going to win this rep. They hold strong there in the middle, get him down right at the line. 4th down coming up.
It's weird to say, and it certainly won't show up on the stat sheet, but I want to give a lot of credit to that runner. Even though it didn't gain a yard, it actually took a heck of an effort just to get back to the line of scrimmage.
60 Bison, 60 Bison. Hawk, 7, Hawk, 7. 60 Bison.
They'll run for this, and they come through to stay on the field. That is enough to set this offense up with a 1st and goal.
Okay, you call that play in a huddle as a quarterback, you break the huddle, and you can almost feel it right from the jump. You get that surge at the point of attack on 4th and short. They did, and then some to move those chains.
They'll give this up the middle to Pacheco. Well, so much for finishing things on the ground, huh? He is stopped at the line. They're going to have to regroup now on 2nd and goal.
Just and everybody in the huddle on the sidelines sure want a little bit more from that run, but you didn't go backwards. Still in a great spot, and can't wait to see what they do here on 2nd and goal.
Changing things up, they're going to throw now. Across the line, into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Jacksonville. The Jaguars finish up an excellent opening series. Well, this coaching staff has got to be a happy partner. A calm and calculated opening drive. Really impressed with the score, how they controlled the football, and they played at their own pace.
Yeah, it's one of those drives that just pays dividends. I know it's the opening drive, but you're just taking some of the starch out of that defense and putting some doubt in their mind. Like, man, they just methodically shoved it right down our throat.
Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Return coming from the 6. Coverage team gets him down to the 26-yard line. So out head the Raiders for their first possession. And leading them out is the 2nd overall pick back in the 2023 draft from the Ohio State. It's C.J. Stroud.
Last week was the ideal showing for him and really allowed his offense to feed off of him. He elevated everybody around him. Just got to look at his stat line to see how well he was throwing the ball. 300-plus yard game, several touchdowns, tremendous efficiency.
Looking for his wide receiver there. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down. Not must-have yet, Brock, but it does feel pretty important that they come up with an answer for that touchdown, but not going to be easy.
Nope, and incompletions like that certainly won't help.
Still 10 to go. It's 2nd down now from the 26. And first carry here for Ashton Jeanty. He won't be able to get past the line, and very quickly, Brock, they're going to be facing 3rd down to begin this ballgame.
When you rush the passer, it's kind of like tracking down a runner. That same pass, same athleticism comes to life. He looked pretty good hunting his prey right there.
3rd down now, Jaguars going nickel. Throw here, 3rd down. That one's cut along the left sideline. And they're all the way across midfield before he's brought down. Here's 1st and 10 from the 47. Stroud off of play action. That won't be caught outright. It's incomplete.
Well, you certainly want those throws to be automatic. Every team, if you're going to be efficient, you've got to hit those passes in the short to intermediate zone to effectively move the ball in this league.
This is Jeanty on 2nd. Defender gets to him right around the line. It's going to be marked as no gain. So, Brock, that means 3rd down coming up.
No gain on the play. It's 3rd and 10.
Still 10 yards to get this first down as they come to the line. Throwing on third down, Stroud. Complete to the right side. He makes the catch, but is hit before he can get that first down. They say he's maybe a yard short. That's the end of our opening quarter. 7-0 is our score. Back to Everbank Stadium in just a bit. Time now for the second quarter. Raiders in possession. Teams getting out there and ready to resume play. As the distance, but headed well left. No good. And the deficit stays at 7.
Well, once you get out beyond 50 yards, everything in the process has got to be perfect. It's a good effort, but it's going to wind up off the mark.
The Jaguars in a good starting spot here, coming up on 1st and 10. Now to the running back. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play.
These big D tackles in this league, they love weaponizing their size right in the middle of the field. It is so hard to clear lane against him. And once he got his paw on him, it was dead on arrival.
An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
So after that prior incompletion, it's third down.
Here we go, set.
They'll air it out on third. And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line. A gain of 15 there. And that's good for a Jacksonville first down. Double coverage, deal breaker for a lot of QBs, Brock, but less so when it's a target you trust.
You know, it's interesting, Kate, even 20-something years ago, watching Marvin Harrison and Peyton Manning work, every defense would go into every game trying to double cover him, but yet those two, well, like we just saw right there, just got it done regardless. These edge defenders in the league today, Kate, they've got so much on their list to do. A huge to-do list. They got to get to the passer, they got to set an edge, and they got to stop that run game, not just on the end of the line, but in that case, right in the middle of the field.
Offense to the line, second down.
Here we go.
Looking to throw here. There's a screen set up for Pacheco. Down the sideline inside the 30. And this play's nearly going to reach that 25-yard line. Defender there to take him out just short of it. They'll get 16 yards on that play. And the Jaguars have a first down.
At that down and distance, this group is pretty confident the screen would get him enough yards for the first, and it did. And so long as it keeps working like that, I bet you it'll be a go-to play for them when they need it the next time.
Williams now on 1st and 10. And they're able to grind him to a halt after a pickup of 4. Now after battling on that run, we see one of their linemen appears to be injured and in need of some attention. They'll come up after that 4-yard gain. It's 2nd and 6. Throwing now out of the shotgun. Short pass brought in. Across the line, into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Jacksonville. The Jaguars get another 6 to make this a 13-0 game. So the offense showing a slightly different dimension there, Brock. Getting the running back involved with his hands for the touchdown.
Yeah, it's such an advantage. I think when you think about it, Kate, it really is about the 80s when we start to see these running backs not just tote the ball as runners, but be real weapons when they get the ball in the passing game. Yeah. That's well done.
Elliott on now to attempt the point after. His kick is good, for the moment at least, as we've got a flag down on the field. I think they're going to get him for hitting the kicker.
Roughing the kicker. Defense.
So they got him for roughing the kicker. They're going to put that penalty yardage on the spot of the ensuing kickoff. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Fielded just shy of the end zone. Only manages to get this back to the 20 before he's taken down. Now for the second time this game, we get a look at the Raiders' offense. They haven't been able to get that offense going just yet, Brock. The deficit at 14. Las Vegas offense is set. 1st and 10. Off the play action. Here's Stroud. Line him quick there. They bring him to the turf. And the drive begins with a rough first step there. That's going to bring up 2nd down.
When we think about safeties, I mean, it's just right in the name, right? The safety is the last line of protection in the passing game. We don't think of them as blitzers. But, Kate, let me tell you, for a safety blitz to get home, they got to be great disguisers. They can't show that blitz early. That safety didn't, and the quarterback took the brunt of the contact.
Here's Stroud. It's a screen play to Genty. And they'll get there and stop him at the line.
He specializes in salvaging broken plays out of the backfield, but even he couldn't get anything out of that one, Kate. That defense, they were all over it.
Defense gunning for a stop here. It's 3rd down.
All right.
Here he goes, 3rd and long. He has the first over the middle. Space on the right, he's got room. Demario Douglas. He does it, touchdown. The Raiders make it a 1-score game in the first half. Demario Douglas with the touchdown. Carlson's extra point is good. And the Raiders chop the lead in half. It's down to 7.
14. Raiders 7.
And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. Here's Robinson with the return. Decent run back is going to end as they bring him down inside the 30. Now the Jaguars getting set to go. And they sure looked clean throwing that football the last drive, didn't they? That's something we've seen from them early in games throughout this season, Brock.
Sure has been part of their game plan. Get that passing game going early, pick up some mo, and both teams get established. Most weeks, well, we've seen it pay some pretty good dividends for them, too.
It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that first down.
Got to be a pretty good actor. Got to be pretty good at selling to that defense. That's a drop-back pass. When you get a big play on a screen like that, boy, it's choreography by everybody on that offense.
Only one play in, Brock, and this drive already at midfield.
19 right here. 70 Lions, 19 Lions.
Coming to the line, this is 1st and 10.
18 rep, 18 rep. 19, 18. Back 60.
They're going to try and throw it here. Runs complete over the middle. And he's brought down after pushing to that 35-yard line. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks. All set to go now from the 35.
At the 35-yard line.
Here we go, set. 76, go.
They go play action on 1st down. It isn't holding up. They're able to drop it.
The quarterback.
And that sack drives them in the wrong direction, partner, ahead of this 2nd down.
Of 11. It's 2nd and 21 at the 46-yard line.
18 Cardinal, 18.
Dropping back to throw. That throw comes up short. Need a little more muscle on that one.
You know, that was a play, Kate, right there where you need to buy your receivers just enough time to get open along their routes. And your quarterback enough time to find and hit him with the throw. Time? Well, that's not what he had. O-line couldn't hold up. It forces the incompletion.
And he's brought down after pushing to that 35-yard line. And now the Raiders call for the first of their timeouts, as they'll get together and discuss with 4th down coming up. And the Jaguars sending out the field goal unit. This a 52-yard attempt from the left hash. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And that'll push it to double digits in a 2-possession game. Elliott's all set for the kickoff.
What a season this guy is having. Yet to miss on a field goal this entire year. And I really hope I didn't just jinx him.
He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10. At their own
First call here coming from the shotgun. They go play action with Stroud. Going left side, Bowers has it. And he's going to be driven out, but a nice pickup. Gained about 8, second down.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage, he gets to that edge.
Jaguars are there. He's hauled down. Raiders moving quickly, trying to get set as the clock continues to run. The timeout taken by Vegas. That's its second. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. A less than ideal 3rd and 8 here. They'll throw 3rd and long. Coverage holds up, but he just had to get rid of it.
There's not a quarterback alive that enjoys throwing it away on 3rd down. But that's a good case right there of live to play another day. Live to play another series and don't put the ball in harm's way.
Before they bring him down on the return. Out now runs the Jaguars offense. And with all their timeouts remaining, Brock, they might be able to put a little something together here. 1st and 10 coming up. Jaguars ready to take advantage of some good field position they've got here. Now give left side. Kicks away from one. Give him 9 yards. He almost moved the chains there. It's going to be 2nd and 1. The Jaguars are going to call their first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. First down carry got him 9 yards. Here comes 2nd and 1. Look to throw. He finds Pacheco out of the backfield. And he's going to be persuaded out of bounds right at that 40-yard line. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
From the 40-yard line now, this is 1st and 10. They're throwing it. The left side, caught by Brown. And he'll get this down at the 33-yard line. A timeout taken by Jacksonville. It's 2nd. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. 2nd and 3 now.
Let's go now. 70 Lions.
Back to throw now. Sends this to the end zone. Had the window to go deep, but just couldn't make it happen. Now it's 3rd down.
Well, it's hard for me to get too mad at him for missing a touchdown when he's already got 2 in his pocket. Maybe fantasy managers might not agree with me on this one, Kate. But don't worry, as hot as he is, I bet you a 3rd one's coming at some point.
Fits it through the middle. And they get this all the way down to the 16-yard line. Getting tempo with some hurry-up offense. Working inside the red zone. That one connects. And they'll get this down nearly to the end zone. Instead, stopped at the 2. All right, timeout taken by the offense. 5 seconds left, and they can take some points into the locker room on this final play of the half. Four downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal.
Let's go. Cowboy 80. Let's go.
Quick throw left side complete. It's a Jacksonville touchdown. The Jaguars will add to their lead at the end of the half. Elliott on now to attempt the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Jaguars take a 3-possession lead.
Jaguars 24, Raiders 7.
So we'll see if it's a kick return that ends our half, or if we get a play from scrimmage, as this one's away. Moore with a return. He's hauled down on what is the final play of our first half. So a one-sided contest as we reach the break here. Let's head over to Scott Hansen for the EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Kate, thanks very much. We're officially on to the second half of the season, Week 10. The playoff race starting to faintly take shape. Let's get into it. Our look around the NFL starts now. Down at Hard Rock Stadium, it's the Dolphins at home to take on the 49ers. And it's Tua Tagovailoa. He's on target with this one, touchdown from 34 yards out. The Dolphins win their second straight as they get the victory here. From there, how about we head out to Buffalo? Let's check in on the Bills as they host the Pittsburgh Steelers. And here's the Bills wideout. He's going to find an opening down the field and pull this one in. A 55-yard touchdown. This one's at halftime with the Bills with a 2-touchdown lead, 17-3 the score. One more to bring you, and it's from the nation's capital. It's the Commanders hosting the Minnesota Vikings. And this is the visitors' running back. He's going to bull his way in from a couple yards away. The Vikings lead it by 2 at the half. And time for one more look at the rest of the scores from around the National Football League. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been back and forth to this point. No reason to expect anything different in the second half. As we send you back out to the broadcast team, Kate Scott and Brock Heward.
Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Moore with a return. Fought off a tackle, but he lost the football! And they dodge a turnover there on the return. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20. The Raiders send Demario Douglas with the football once again. In that first half, they just couldn't keep up the pace, but they're going to be the ones setting the pace here to begin this third quarter. All right, working from the gun to start. 1st and 10. From the gun, Sprout. And he can't escape. Jaguars all over him. And nice work by the defense to start this drive out. It's a sack on the first play.
That is not the way they needed to come out of the locker room here to begin the second half. Trailing, you got to play with a sense of urgency. You got to protect your quarterback. And they didn't either.
Might be time to reach in the bag of tricks on second down. 16 to go following the sack. Operating from the gun, it's Stroud. Caught, nice gain left side. And he's taken down just a couple yards shy of the 40. They strike for 23 yards. And the Raiders are going to have a first down. New set of downs for them. They'll start at the 38.
It's a gain of 23 yards. First down, Las Vegas.
Drag to throw on first down. That's more of the catch out left. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Straight ahead with Genty. He did well to shake off one tackle partner, but the next one got him. He's going to lose yards.
You know, that's so hard for me, Kate. That's the type of effort that deserves better when it comes to the results. It's going to show up as a negative run on the stat sheet, but that was not the runner's fault. He did all he could to fight to get back to the line, but This defense just kept swarming.
They're in long for him here. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means fourth down coming up. Las Vegas sends out the punt team. It'll be Corey Bojorquez doing the honors. The Jaguars returning their offense and this running back to the field. And you can see he's done his part on offense this season, sitting second right now in the league in rushing touchdowns. Jacksonville offense ready to get going. Here's 1st and 10. Here's the handoff. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run.
Stopped right at the line, but might as well have been a loss of yards as far as the offense is concerned. It's always humbling when you try force versus force, and the defense wins out.
2nd and 10. Here he is to throw. He beams one deep right side. Really pushing the envelope on 2nd down, but the deep shot doesn't work. He's been a frequent target throughout this game, Bronk. We've seen that coverage tighten up a little bit more on him every time the ball's thrown his way.
Well, hasn't taken him off the board completely. He's still beating them for some catches. But that heightened focus defensively does lead to moments like that one where what would normally be a catch falls incomplete. Physical short throws, they are high percentage and certainly bread and butter. But they really run the risk of a quick tackle just like that and being stopped short of the sticks.
The fair catch taken in at the 28-yard line. Now the Raider offense headed back to the field. They're running out of time to get this game into a more manageable spot, Brock. We've got a 3-score deficit, and we're in quarter number 3. Raiders just about ready for this one. It's 1st and 10. First play is going to be again to Genty. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play.
Well, once we saw them on a collision course with one another, we know how inertia works. The bigger man, he wins.
First play of the drive lost a yard. Need to get it back and some change here. 2nd down. Hits his running back. They're going to have this up at the 44-yard line as they haul him down. That's 16 on the pickup. And that's a Vegas first down. Markers are reset. Here we go. Ball at the 44.
A gain of 16 yards.
They give up the guts. It's Genty. And he gets a few on the plunge forward.
Well, I'll steal a line from one of my buddies, but I'm going to quote him. Mark Schlereth, 2-time Super Bowl winner, says if you want to run the ball, you got to keep running the ball. And that's a perfect example of it. Don't get tired. Don't get mad at gaining 4 yards. It's a run that can set up even more in the run game.
He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete.
Yikes, as that pass falls to the ground, Kate, you kind of just sense their desperation, just kind of oozing out of them. Running out of time to start connecting on more of these and really break open the scoring in a way they just have not been able to do so far.
Throw here, 3rd down. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You know, Kate, they say a dog is a man's best friend. A tight end that moves the chains on 3rd down, that's a QB's best friend.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Trying to make it happen, but no luck. This goes backwards on 1st down.
How many times, Kate, do you hear me talk about trust? Trust, trust, trust. There's nothing more important at the quarterback position than gaining the trust of your coaching staff. That one right there, well, that's not a deposit. That's a withdrawal of trust when you take a negative play on a run like that.
Here's Stroud now. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
Really had to find a way to get that short completion because now you're staring a third and extra long. That's a place no QB in this league wants to be.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got third down. Shotgun now for Stroud. Finds him on the slant. And a nice gain here, but it stopped short of the first. The Raiders bringing out the punting unit. And he's going to try to give his defense a long field to defend. And they're facing a long field ahead of them as that kick skips out near the 11. The Jacksonville offense back on the field now. They are in great shape here as we wind down this third quarter. And they've got a 3-score lead. Another, that could put this just too far out of reach. Jaguars look ready to go. Here comes 1st and 10. Trying to throw this from the gun. Short pass brought in. And some excellent work to drive them all the way up past the 30-yard line. It appears all that prep work and studying that you quarterbacks love to do in the build-up to the game, Brock, it has certainly paid off. This guy has picked apart this defense much of the contest.
This is one of those games you appreciate. There's going to be peaks, there's going to be valleys, there's going to be mountaintops. Just like pitchers don't have all their stuff every time.
It isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. It's a sack on 1st down. We'll see if it changes the play they go with now on 2nd.
And look at that. All that effort and success from the previous play, it is gone. Credit to this defense who snapped and cleared. That's part of this game. You got to snap and clear. Give up a big play, come back and make a big one for yourself. And they do get a point.
Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. It was Andre Cisco who hauled him down there.
That result right there is why coaches all across all levels of football on defense talk about good, solid tackling, Kate. It's not just to hear themselves talk. It's to make sure that when you can bring a guy down, you're able to and keep them from piling on those yards.
That's a man downfield. This is Robinson. And in a blink, they are up to midfield before somebody manages to stop him. Big gainer here as he picks up 20. And that's good for a Jacksonville 1st down.
Gosh, that is so demoralizing defensively. You do everything right, you draw it up right, you get double coverage, and yet you still can't take the ball away.
After the gun, they'll give it to him inside. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that 1st down run. Well, the defense is really buckled down. That was a scoreless 3rd quarter for us. The Jaguars have the football, and they're going to be up a couple of scores as we start our 4th quarter. Well, nothing doing on the last run. It's 2nd and 10. Setting him on the dive. And again, they'll get there to meet him at the line and take him down.
I know these DNs love to get to the quarterback. I know that sacks many times equals a bigger payday. But doing the dirty work, playing the run well, that's what the best of the ends do in this league.
Here we go. 70, 75.
Air it out on 3rd. Looking right, and he finds him. And he's brought down after pushing to that 35-yard line. He gets 16 yards on that play. And the Jaguars have a 1st down.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted them. They wanted them on a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after it.
Complete over the middle. And they have this well into the red zone now at the 15. They get 19 on that pickup. And that's good for a Jacksonville 1st down.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
Well, the pressure nearly got got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
He's unable to get away from that tackle. Good work by the defense. Nothing gained on second down.
These linebackers of today, they are so quick. They're so twitchy. You don't get a body on them in a hurry, they're going to stick you right at the line of scrimmage.
3rd and 10. Can this offense get it done?
Let's go. Panther 60. Panther 70 range. 70 range. Panther 11. Panther 11. Hurt. 19 tight. 19 tight. Ready.
Here he goes. 3rd and long. Brought in. He's close, but they say he did not get there. It's going to be 4th and maybe a yard.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep it short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
And the defense escapes. And a nice run going, but the defense gets off the field by forcing that turnover on downs.
Kate, that is all about the eyes of the defense, keyed in on the quarterback. Whether it was going to be a run or a throw, that defense was so locked in, they hold him short of the sticks.
The Vegas offense getting... For another. The challenge flag is out, and the Jags going to have them review this one.
Previous play is under review.
Well, we all know there can be so little room for error spotting the football, and that's what's being reviewed right here. Did they get this right?
And I know both sidelines are furiously pleading their cases about what their eyes see. But fortunately, the eye in the sky and the replays will give us a clear answer.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So upon further review, they get a more favorable spot, and that's enough to give them the first down. They'll run, Pacheco. And that right there is the start of what could be a goal line stand. And they hit him for a loss on 1st and goal.
That's got to be so frustrating for the runner. You're fighting the good fight. You even rip through a tackle to stay afloat, but the blocking can't buy you enough time or room to even get back to the line of scrimmage.
Now from the 6 after that last play. Here's 2nd and goal.
Let's go now. Clear to 19.
Complete on the option. Touchdown, Jacksonville. The Jaguars keep adding to that 4th quarter lead. Not a lot of processing time from the moment he pulled it back to the moment he made that throw, Brock. But I think we can all agree he made the right choice not to hand it off, and then the right read on that throw.
Yeah, he sure did, kid. It kind of reminds me of the option quarterbacks of our day growing up, right? Those guys that made that pitch, and it was just second nature. They were on the run, guys all around. Didn't matter. He's going to put that pitch right on them. Great RPO quarterbacks of today do exactly the same thing with their throws.
Extra point up and good by Elliott. And the Jaguars make it a 24-point ball game.
Raiders 7.
Elliott's all set for the kickoff. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. He's brought down just inside the 25. The Raiders have their offense back out there. And all game, they have struggled to attack this deficit. Maybe they can do a little window dressing here. All right, this is going to be the last play before the 2-minute warning. Here's Stroud on 1st and 10. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. And the Jaguars are going to have it. And he's going to hang on to that football. That's his first career interception. Jacksonville offense ready to get going. Here's 1st and 10. Trying the right side. They bring him down, but not before he picks up 7, Brock, to begin this drive.
While that run may not move the chains, Kate, that is such a confidence builder. Sets the tone for more play action, maybe more runs. That's exactly how you want to start a drive.
Last run got him 7. Here comes 2nd and 3. Back-to-back carries here. And he's taken down as they very quickly get into 1st and goal.
Well, looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a 3rd down call as that run moves the sticks. You have that call you had ready, though? You can recycle it. Save it for later, for that next 3rd down coming.
1st down, and they go right back to it. And the scoring will never end. It's another touchdown. The Jaguars continue piling it on here in the 4th. So an exclamation point there. That caps off what, and I think you'd agree, Brock, has been a dominating performance.
Yeah, I would. Really in all phases, too. You know, I thought coming in that this would be a much closer game than how it's turned out to be. And you got to give credit where it's due. This offense has been outstanding throughout.
Elliott on now to attempt the point after. Right down the middle. It's good. And the Jaguars continue piling on to this lead.
38, Raiders 7.
Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Return starts at the 3. And this drive will start inside the 25. Out comes Las Vegas on offense. And they'll get one final chance in a game that, to put it mildly, Brock, has been a bit of a miserable experience for them. Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10. Back to work after throwing the pick. Brought in by his back heel. It's Genty. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped.
These intermediate games, that's the wheelhouse for these two to connect on. Start the series off well. It sure keeps the defense on its toes in case they try to load up and just simply cover the receivers.
To the air, Stroud. Throwing the out route complete. And he's going to be driven out by a defender just before he can get it up to midfield. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
1st down, Stroud. Completed over the middle. And this is going to make it down to the 24-yard line. He picks up 28 on the play. And the Raiders are going to have a 1st down.
That's another Raiders 1st down.
Again, Stroud. It's a screen play to Genty. And they're all over that screen, Brock. Didn't even get back to the line of scrimmage.
I know coordinator quarterback going to be upset with that 1st down because you call a screen on 1st, you're thinking stay ahead of schedule. Even a minimal gain to stay on pace, but instead, that defense creates a negative play and sets them back behind the sticks.
Throwing again, it's Stroud. That one falls to the turf, couldn't hang on, it's incomplete. Mario Douglas, the intended target. So now it's going to be 3rd and long.
Well, that drop is such a bummer because it ruins the payoff of such a well-designed play, Kate. Got the man open, beat the coverage, then you got to go finish it. You got to go make that catch. I will say, keep that one in mind. You can revisit that play in the future.
And they have this down to the 11 before being marked down. He picks up 15 on the play. And that's a Vegas 1st down.
That's another Las Vegas 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 11-yard line.
On the red zone now. And this time they're going to get to him before he can get that pass away as he goes down. And their fourth sack of the game right there brings up second down. So the Jaguars come away with the win in this one. And it's not quite a full game shutout, Brock, but keeping that other side off the board in the second half, that sure went a long way towards securing them this win. Made things a lot easier for everyone else to operate in the closing stages of the game. So for my partner Brock Huard and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott saying this has been the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Jaguars as we bid farewell from Jacksonville.